Black Ops 7 is here, and I've poured already lots of hours into it. Here are 10 mistakes you're making from a formal Call of Duty professional. Mistake number 1, you're probably not wall bouncing correctly. Now, the wall bouncing can be really effective. For one, you can do it almost anywhere, and once you realize that, you can hit people with some insane movement, just wall bouncing off a little car, a wall, a truck, a piece of paper. Obviously, you can't do that. But the idea is it can be used for movement so much more than you think. On top of it, when it comes to wall bouncing, some people just like to hop in windows or hop on ledges with a wall bounce, kind of hit a double bounce and get on the ledge. The better way to do it is you find the wall next to it and you jump, wall bounce off the wall, and you can jump up and have your gun up ready for engaging, ready for a gunfight, versus mantling and not having your gun up and you're gone. Mistake number 2, in Black Ops 7, they completely removed tac sprint and now only have one sprint. The thing is, there is a perk that gives you tactical sprint. Do not use it. There's 2 reasons why you shouldn't use the perk. Yes, it makes you sprint faster, but in this game, it's not ideal. First of all, you're pretty much not going to be able to use dexterity, and dexterity is a crutch perk or a perk you should be using, and we'll get a little bit into that soon. For my second reason, I will say is, I don't know if you know about the older CODs, but when you use something like tactical sprint, your sprint to fire, your pull out your gun is slower than a regular sprint or compared to walking. So even though tactical sprint in the moment might look fast and cool and whatnot, it's actually hurting you more than you think. So don't use it. And that brings me to mistake number 3. Do not use any other perks. Make sure to use dex. If you're not using dex, you're messing up. Why do you need to use dexterity? In this game, whether you're wall bouncing in midair, sliding, and doing the animation, usually whatever movement you're utilizing, which in this game, you're going to be using movement because movement is number 1 and one of the most important aspects of Call of Duty and Black Ops 7 as well. You will have tac stance. Basically, your aim will be tac stance, right? And you're not going to be able to completely aim down your gun, aim down your sight when you're wall bouncing or sliding, and that's going to get you most of the time. And you don't want that, right? You want to be able to aim your gun. You want to be able to wall bounce a wall and aim down and take them out. So dexterity comes into play with that. When you have dexterity on, you no longer have tac stance with sliding, wall bouncing, diving, whatever it may be. And it is a game changer. So make sure to use dexterity probably 99% of the time. Mistake number 4 you may be doing. Do not sprint around like a maniac or like some headless chicken in this game. This game is punishing. It's fierce. The TTK is very fast. If you did not watch or have played it all, you die so fast in this game, right? You just, boom, gone very quickly. So one thing you're going to notice that the pros do and good players do is they keep their gun up. So keep your gun up. Don't just sprint nonstop, come around the corner, pre-aim, aim in, slow down, take your time, gun up, gun up, gun up. You're going to notice it. You're going to go down a very dark path. You're going to have a snowball effect where you're just kind of running around, running around, running around. And if you're playing decent players, they're going to shut you down like it's nothing. Boom, dead, dead, dead. So what you really need to do is have your gun up. Make sure you're pulling gun up. Slow down. It's okay. This game, at times, it's going to be a slower pace. Understand that and don't get punished by it. Mistake number 5 you may be doing. Do not open the door like a gentleman, okay? There's actually doors in a lot of these maps. There's doors again. Automatic. You know what I'm saying? That was a good sound effect. But there's doors. And sometimes it's okay. Don't get me wrong. Like, if you're going to run through it, that's fine. But we like to engage by opening the door and then challenging. Do not do that. One of the best things to do, especially because the TTK is so fast, is shoot open the door 9 out of 10 times. Unless you're planning to run through the area. But even then, if you want to check it, shoot through the door. Why do you shoot through the door? As soon as you shoot the door, it opens. 1, you can have a better angle or position to take the guy out in the room. Or 2, even if you're shooting a door and it opens, you already aim down your sight and you can just take your target out. Tip number 6. Do not make this mistake because you're used to the old Call of Duties. And I understand that. And by older, I mean like the last few years. We kind of just slide, challenge everything, and kind of just use movement a lot, which is good in this game. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me twisted. Sliding is really effective. But something that I've noticed in this game, and it kind of brings me back to the older Call of Duties, like, for example, Black Ops 2, Call of Duty Ghost, like the older Call of Duties, especially when movement wasn't like super crazy, is sprint to fire and just regular sprinting around and aiming in is actually really good. Now, obviously, there's going to be situations where you do it and where you don't do it. But sprint to fire, like a regular sprint, not tactical sprint, regular sprint, your gun pulls out pretty fast, especially, you know, if you have a good gun, it has some attachments on it, but it pulls out pretty fast. You can camera people. If you don't know what camera is, like peeker's advantage, you know, coming around a corner very quickly, you know, low, come around a corner really quickly, boom, gun up, and you just chow them. Laser, laser. So sprint to fire in this game, actually pretty good, pretty effective. Now, don't get me wrong, sliding is also good, but don't be afraid to kind of run around and just sprint to fire people. It's effective. Mistakes you might be making. Number 7, make sure to have these movement settings. It is a game changer. First of all, for your dead zones inputs, make sure your left stick minimum is like a 0 or 1, and your left stick maximum is somewhere between 65 to 75. It's going to make your movement a lot better. Second of all, tactical sprint assist, make sure it's on if you want to have that fast, fluid movement. Those two things alone will probably make your movement way better as it is. For your slide dive behavior, make sure it's on slide only or hybrid. Make sure all of these are off. Wall jump assist off is going to mess up your wall balancing. Corner slides, crouch assist, mantle assist, automatic airborne assist. And then make sure these two are on. Sprint restore and slide maintain sprint. You have all of these, your movement will be way better than probably what it was. Mistake number 8 you're probably making in Call of Duty. Some people know this, but a lot of people don't. You want more aim assist? Use rotational aim assist. In Call of Duty Black Ops 7, that's going to make your aim laser. It's going to make it better. Rotational aim assist. What is rotational aim assist? You may be asking. When you move both your sticks and shoot, right? Use left stick and right stick at the same time. So we're going to notice when I play the game, I'm strafing a lot. You always want to be strafing in 99% of gunfights. Obviously, if you're behind like a head glitch in the cover and you don't want to get too much out of it, you can still strafe a little bit on the head glitch on the cover. A little. Be careful not to get off the head glitch. But ideally, you always want to be strafing. It's going to give you rotational aim assist, aka more aim assist, and you're going to shoot straighter. You're welcome. Mistake number 9 you might be making, aiming settings. Change these settings right now. If you don't have them, you're probably missing a little bit. Okay, so first of all, dead zone inputs. Again, we're going to go to dead zones because that's where it all starts. For your right stick, you want to be somewhere between 2 to 5 minimum. Now, I know some of you got to put it on a little higher because you got stick drift. If you got to go over 10, you probably need a new controller because you're hurting your aim so bad and you don't even know it. The more dead zone you have this, the worse your aim is going to be, essentially, right? The lower it is, the more control you have of your aim. So ideally, somewhere between 2 to 5. Recommended. I'm currently on 5. I usually play like 3 to 5. 2 is like probably the lowest you should go. Right stick maximum, don't touch it. Then you want to go to your aiming settings. I do play on 1.6, 1.65 sensitivity. Actually, let's talk about this really quickly. Ideally, again, 1.5 to probably 1.7 sensitivity. You don't want to be too fast because if it's slower, you have better centering. And on top of it, your aim will be more consistent, right? That's why most majority don't play on a fast sense because it's going to hurt you. Lastly, you want to go to aiming advanced settings. I like my ADS sensitivity transition timing on instant because that way you can snap on people. It's faster to pick up people using movement and using the Omni movement. It's, in my opinion, the best one you should be using. Again, majority of pros use this one. And then aim response curve type, make sure it's on dynamic. This one is a must. It will help your aim out a lot. Mistake number 10 you might be making for the final one. This is for Black Ops 7 only. They introduced a new thing, actually. So if you did not notice, make sure you pay attention. When you go to your tacticals or lethals, there's something called overclocks. You get to overclock your tacticals. So make sure you pay attention to that. You're going to want to press square. And then you can see you have new things you can add to them. Increase the stun duration or stronger stun. Slows enemy move speed when stunned. So you can do this to all your tacticals. Definitely mess with this. You're going to want to pick the right thing. This alone will help you fry. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to drop a like. It's going to help you out a lot if you watch the whole thing. As always, I do stream live on YouTube if you want to come through, and I appreciate the support, man. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.